Now, do you have everything you need?
I do.
Well, where's your luggage? We should get a porter to load it. You're going away for more than a month.
I like to travel light.
That can't possibly be enough. What will you wear?
I have another outfit.
Isabel, you can't.
And Mother wired me money to buy more clothes while in Vancouver.
Luggage too, I hope? You'll need it.
A trunk, perhaps.
Yeah, likely 2.
Probably 3.
Do you have something to read on the train? It's a long trip.
I do.
What did you bring?
I forget.
You remember everything.
The train will be leaving soon.
It's the one I was reading, isn't it? Look, remember what I told you?
No talking to strangers, stay in my seat and mind my own business.
I just want you to be safe and stay out of trouble.
What trouble could I possibly get into on a train?
That's what worries me.
No need, Uncle. I promise I'll be an exemplary train passenger. I'll call you once I arrive in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Come along, Louise. I can't believe that train accident happened so close to here. I fear getting back on board this one.
Not to worry. That was back in the winter, and they were freight trains.
But Catherine, I heard passengers were killed.
They were traveling in the caboose, and rumor has it wasn't an accident.
Whatever do you mean?
Something to do with overheating and the locomotive seizing.
But if something were to stop working, wouldn't that be an accident? And how could they tell it was months ago?
Well, a porter told me that with the snow gone, they've come back to finish the investigation.
What did they hope to find?
It's what they did find.
They don't believe it was an accident?
More like sabotage.
Can I help you?
You can. I need this telegraphed.
You want me to send this?
I do.
What is?
To this address. I need you to send it right away. Thank you. I have a train to catch.
Oh, this is far too much.
Keep the change.
No, come back. Come back. Here.
A Balasso cipher. I'll bet she did that from memory. Report more? After I specifically told her to mind her own business. What has she got herself into now? Who can that be? If it's another telegraph message. Josiah, what brings you here?
I'm sorry to trouble you, Detective Dickson, but it's my uncle in Ypsilanti. He's in trouble. I need your help.
I thought your family lived in Colchester.
They do, but my uncle Elijah's family, the McCoys, they moved to Michigan years ago.
That wouldn't be Elijah McCoy, the inventor of the automatic oiler for steam locomotives?
They're called the real McCoys, but now they're in trouble because of some train accident. Look, my uncle could lose everything if we don't help him.
Well, by all means, come inside. I'll do whatever I can. Do have a seat.
Thank you for taking the time to see me, Detective Dickson. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important.
You were there for me when I needed you, Josiah. I could not have solved that case without your help. Now it's my turn to return the favor. So, what can I do to help Berlin's most sought-after lawyer?
By my own community, yes. You know, you're one of the few outside of that I've worked for.
Yes, well, this is quite a tight-knit community. If you don't speak German, I dare say you're at a disadvantage. John King experiences the same issue.
And when you're black, even more so.
Indeed. But what of your uncle?
Well, back when he was 15, he was sent to Edinburgh on a scholarship to study engineering. He apprenticed and was certified in Scotland as a mechanical engineer. By the time he returned, his family had moved to the United States from Colchester.
Where they had escaped from slavery.
Oh, when the laws were a little more in their favor, they moved back across the border.
Many did. So your uncle joined them and found a job as a mechanical engineer.
He planned to, but nobody would hire a black man for that position. He finally found work with the Michigan Central Railway as a fireman and an oiler.
A back-breaking and dangerous occupation. That's why he invented the automatic oiler for locomotives.
Trains could travel faster and farther without stopping to be oiled. It saved the railway a great deal of time and money. And you know, the railway was quick to embrace my uncle's invention.
Yes, if not your uncle.
We're all used to that, Detective. Comes with the territory.
Indeed. Someday that may change. But in the meantime, I'd like to know more about your uncle's issue.
His invention is being blamed for that train accident up by Kenmay near Brandon.
The two freight trains. But that was months ago.
Well, the snow's gone now, so they're reinvestigating. One of the porters in Brandon is an old family friend. They say they're blaming one of the oiler devices on one of the locomotives.
And the oiler was one of your uncle's designs?
They were. One of many. You know, my uncle has over 40 patents with more on the way.
And if the oilers failed to work properly?
It would cause parts to overheat and stop working. But honestly, Detective, nothing that would cause an accident quite like that one. At least that's what my uncle Elijah says, and repairmen swear by his oilers.
But even the rumor that they'd failed could be enough to cast doubt.
There are others on the market only too eager to replace them with their product.
And being that your uncle is black, that's just one more reason to switch. But why me, Josiah? I mean, how can I help with an investigation out in Manitoba?
Well, my best friend, Benton Walker, he's a blacksmith up in Conestoga. I hear he's been doing work for Helmut Vogelstein.
Vogelstein. I'm not familiar with him.
Oh, he owns a small machine shop off Victoria.
With all the factories in Berlin, his shop would be kept busy.
Parts for machines, mostly. But word has it that Vogelstein has invented his own boiler device. I think Benton created the prototypes.
But why not use someone from his own shop? Why hire your friend, and a blacksmith at that?
The world is changing, Detective Dickson. What once was the work of horses is being taken over by machines. Why, if a blacksmith is to survive, he must learn new ways. Benton does a great deal of work for various manufacturers.
And in this case, he could know much about oilers.
I was hoping we could learn more.
And I think it's time we paid him a visit, don't you?
Honestly, Mr. Albert, that's all I know. Just what I've heard. Rumors really gossip at best.
Isn't fodder something we feed animals? It is, Victoria. It also makes for a scathingly good news story. Isabel Bruce. And you are? The Globe. The Globe prides itself on being Canada's national newspaper. So who else would send a reporter out here to cover a train investigation involving the Canadian Pacific Railway? Precisely. What was that all about?
Mr. Albert,
Smitty.
Smitty seems to think we'd heard something about that train accident. I have no idea why. That was months ago.
Investigators are now on board, likely returning home to Toronto. They've been back to the scene of the crime, as so many detective novels like to claim. I heard some gossip on the platform. Perhaps our Mr. Albert thought you had as well.
Well, we have not. Although we are about to head to the dining cart. If there's gossip to be heard.
It would be the perfect place to start. I wonder why he hadn't thought of that.
Maybe he's already been there.
I don't think so, Victoria. He came from the other direction. Well, come along, dear. It's time we grab a bite to eat. Care to join us?
Come with us, Miss Bruce.
Izzy, and I'd love to, but I'm expecting a visitor anytime soon.
Very well. We shall see what gossip can be heard.
You can leave this here if you'd like. I'll be here to watch over it.
No, thank you. I much prefer to keep it with me. Thank you.
Benson! I hope you don't mind us dropping in like this. We need to talk to you. Oh, allow me to introduce my friend, Detective Dickson. He's not a police detective. The black community is wary of policemen. He's a private detective now. He's a good man. I've worked with him in the past. He's here to help my uncle, Elijah McCoy.
I don't see how I can help you.
We would like to know more about oiler lubricators for locomotives.
I understand that you've made some prototypes for Helmut Vogelstein.
I've made a lot of things.
Look, they're accusing my uncle's oiler lubricators of causing that train accident in Manitoba.
It would be the end of the real McCoy if we can't prove them wrong.
I can't help you.
Can't? Or won't?
What are you saying?
Has Helmut Vogelstein told you not to?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was you who told me that you made oiler prototypes for him. Was that supposed to be a secret?
No, I'm just busy is all.
Too busy to help my uncle.
If an oiler didn't work, parts wouldn't be lubricated. That would mean heat and friction, and just maybe, that part would seize up.
And that could cause an accident?
Wouldn't cause a locomotive to crash if that's what you're asking, but it wouldn't help it either. Now, I gotta get back to work.
He's hiding something.
I'm afraid he is. But what?
Something to do with Vogelstein.
I'll go talk to Benson's sister, Lucretia. If anybody knows what's going on, she might.
I'll return home. I'm expecting another telegram from my niece, Isabel. Oddly enough, about these same two trains that we're looking into.
Nigel, looking for this?
I had a feeling you were on board.
I found it on the platform.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
A few bills are missing. It was for a good cause. I promised to replace them later.
Please tell me you're not on this case.
It won't matter which pocket you put it in. And no, I'm not on any case.
Then why are you here?
I'm returning home from visiting my aunt in Vancouver.
So you have no interest in the train disaster investigation?
I didn't say that.
What are you saying then?
I'm not on any case, but I'll help you with yours if you like.
You think I need help?
I do. You wouldn't be so concerned that I was on the case if you already had it solved.
I swear you're clairvoyant.
Just observant. So what seems to be the problem? Didn't you find what you were looking for?
With the help of the CPR investigator, I did.
Some sort of oil lubrication device.
How would you even know that?
By chance, really. 2 ladies on the platform. One who claimed the train disaster wasn't an accident. Or at least that's what a porter told her. I take it he's right?
We found an automatic oiler, yes, and it appears to be faulty.
Just one. I think there'd be several on a locomotive.
Usually there are, but we only found one.
And the others?
CPR investigator Cedric Mason had them removed as evidence when he was here in the winter.
So he has them.
They're missing. All of them except for one. We've returned to find them now that the snow's gone.
Missing how?
Mason's looking into it. It's the why that concerns me.
There's no evidence without them.
We found one and only one.
Convenient.
Too convenient, as if it was meant to be found.
Or you beat someone to it. Where's it now?
It's in a case in the back of the baggage car. The luggage man rides inside. It's safe.
Assuming he can be trusted.
I should have kept it with me.
Where are you going?
To get it off that baggage car.
I'd wait for the train to stop.
I shouldn't be out here with you, Josiah McCoy. I already had my break, and this is going to get me into trouble, and I don't need no trouble. I need this job.
Lucretia, you know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. Besides, Hartland Krug himself approved it.
What have you done? Why, that could get me fired. Then what am I going to do? It's hard enough for black people, let alone a woman, to find work. Do you know how long it took me to find this job?
Calm yourself, Lucretia. You're not in any trouble. My friend and associate, Detective Dickson, knows Mr. Krug from a mystery he solved for him.
Detective? What have you gotten me into?
Not a police detective. He's a private investigator. And it's not you. It's Benton I'm worried about.
Benton, what's he done?
Well, that's just it. I'm not quite sure, but it seems like he's hiding something.
I can't help you with that. I should get back to work.
You know something, Lucretia. I need to know too.
All I know is Benton is working himself to an early grave. He keeps talking about old Levi, you know, the enslaved man who lives in the old log schoolhouse.
Levi Carroll? Why, he's been a free man for years. His wife died last year. I've heard he's fallen on hard times, but why is Benton so interested in him?
Say you don't want to end up like him. Levi worked so many jobs, and what does he have to show for it? Says he's heading to the House of Refuge next. That's the end of the line, and Benton won't follow that path. No, sir.
So what does he intend to do? I know business is a little slower than usual, but he seems to be getting by.
Better now that Vogelstein fella put him to work. Makes more from him than he does a whole month horseshoeing.
Does he now? And it's all above board?
Benton doesn't care as long as the money keeps rolling in. He said he's on to something big that's going to make him even more money. I said enough. I should get back.
Much obliged, Lucretia. If you hear anything else, let me know.
I don't believe it. It was here when I loaded it on in Brandon. How could it possibly be gone?
Talking to yourself, Nigel. That can't be good.
Oh, it couldn't be worse. Someone's taken the oiler.
Where's the baggage man?
Oh, I sent a porter to find him. I don't understand, Izzy. I was the first off the train, and I went straight to the luggage car.
So it must have been taken before we left Brandon.
Or during the trip. I don't trust that baggage man. He knew exactly where to look.
And what to look for.
Hey, what are you doing in there? You're not allowed in the luggage car. Get down right now.
I'll get down all right, and then you have some explaining to do.
And just who do you think you are?
He's with me. We're on official CPR business by order of William Cornelius Van Horn. You do know who he is, don't you?
Sorry, I'm just doing my job. The rules strictly forbid anybody but the crew being in the luggage car.
If you were doing your job, there wouldn't be an item missing now, would there?
What do you mean? What item?
Someone opened my bag and took an item of considerable value. Someone who had access to the baggage car either before or between here and Brandon.
That would be you, would it not?
Yes, but...
You're the only one in the car when it's traveling, and the door on each end is locked from the inside.
So it had to be you.
It wasn't me, I swear it. I have a perfect record.
Not quite. You just came back from leaving your car unattended.
I just stepped away for a minute.
Did you do the same at Brandon?
Nature calls. I had Sam, the head porter, cover for me. I've known him for years.
He was the only one there when you left?
Yeah. No, there was that reporter chap was hanging about.
Stanley Albert?
Yeah, he's the one. Oh, quite annoying.
And a suspect, it would seem.
Why did you leave the baggage car in Brandon?
The young porter, Charlie, came to get me. He said some passenger wanted something from her bag, so I just went and got it for her.
And then what?
Well, she made me turn around, she got something out and gave it back to me.
That passenger being?
Estelle Parsons. She sits across from me. She's the governess of that Bromwell girl.
The young heiress.
Indeed, and she seems overly attached to that bag.
Come here. I want to have a word with you.
I'll see what I can learn from the reporter.
I sent a telegram to my uncle about him and the governess as well. I won't know anything until Port Arthur. Would you grab that bag for me?
What do you need that for?
So I can have a look inside Estelle's bag.
Stout here for CPR. Ugh. Has oiler. Others all missing. Please check Estelle Parsons, governess for Toronto heiress Victoria Bromwell. Also Stanley Albert, Globe reporter. Yes, I know of him. Send to Port Arthur Station your adoring niece. Adoring indeed. It's just a little soft soap for doing exactly what I told her not to do. Just the same. Her eyes will be my eyes, which I much prefer to dealing with Stout. Why was only one oiler found? What happened to all the others? I'll see what I can find out about this Parsons woman.
Guten Tag. Herr Dickson, is it?
It is. And you are?
My name is Helmut Vogelstein. I own a small machine shop here in Berlin. I have been told you are the man to help me.
Am I? What kind of help do you need?
It is vertraulich, geheim. You understand?
Yes, confidential.
Sie sprechen Deutsch.
Ein bisschen. One must with such a large German community.
Will you help me?
Well, that remains to be seen. First, I'd like to know more. Do come in.
Not unless you entered the baggage car and took something that is not yours. You seem to have given this much thought. And with great detail, it would seem. I'm questioning you. What are you doing? That you're being investigated? Am I? And what would you know about that? Investigator. What if I am? An alibi? You're an investigator. There will be no collaboration between us. Should you learn anything more of this train incident, I advise that you do come to me first. Who knows? Maybe your freedom.
Not at all. I shouldn't have been in such a rush. Good day to you, Mr. Albert.
I hope I am not disturbing you.
Not at all. But a telephone call would have sufficed.
I prefer to meet face to face, as only men should do.
Not women.
They have their place. But this is about a man who works for me.
What about him? Is he missing? Has he stolen from you? If that's the case, you don't need my services. You can go to the Berlin Police Department for that.
He is selling my designs. I'm sure of it.
And you want me to prove it?
I am certain you are the man for the job.
Well, I will be the judge of that. Who is it that you want investigated?
Benton Walker, a blacksmith from Conestoga.
So he doesn't work for you at your shop?
Nein, in his shop. He does machining, Maßgeschneidert.
Custom made, I see. And why not use someone from your shop?
Too busy with customers, so I give the job to him.
Well, that must cost you.
Not with those people. I pay them less.
Those people?
He is black. It's no wonder he is selling my secrets. That is something they would do.
More so than someone who's white?
Yeah, much more. It is in their blood.
I see. And what has he stolen that is yours?
It is new design for oiling Dampflokomotive. You must help me.
Must I? And if I don't?
It is much wiser to help than it is to refuse. I will hear from you soon.
So, Victoria, how long has Miss Parsons been your governess?
Not long. I just met her in Vancouver.
What happened to your other governess?
She felt ill and couldn't care for me.
Oh dear. I hope she feels better soon. Why didn't you stay until she was well enough to travel?
My father wanted me back home in Toronto. He didn't want me away so long at my aunt's.
Sounds like my uncle.
He worries about you too?
Well, he would never admit to it. But I'm quite sure he does. You look tired. Why don't you have a nap? I'll watch over you until Miss Parsons returns.
I think I will. Thank you, Izzy.
Thank you, Izzy. Even young ones like Victoria seem to get worn out on these long train rides, it seems.
I understand you're not her regular governess. What happens when you reach Toronto? Will you take the next train back to Vancouver?
Oh, heavens, no. I'm from Toronto. Mr. Bromwell sent me to fetch Victoria to bring her home. It's been a long trip.
I can only imagine. It was fortunate you were able to help. So what now after this?
Well, I'll move on to my next assignment. I much prefer variety in my life to something more permanent and enduring.
One adventure after another, I would suppose.
You have no idea.
I need to step away for a moment. Would you mind watching my bag until I return?
No, not at all. No time for me to nap while I'm on duty. Are you all right?
Thank you. I seem to be in one piece. My feet got in the way of my walking.
Perhaps you better sit down again.
Oh no, I'm fine. Really, I am. I'll be back shortly.
I'm quite certain Benton has left for the day.
Let's wait just a bit longer to ensure that he doesn't return for something.
Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Precisely. So, tell me, Josiah, has Benton always lived here in Conestoga?
No. His family settled here when Queensbush could no longer be their home. 1852, I believe.
Quite the settlement from what I've read. Almost 2,000 in the black community alone.
And other settlers as well. It was a heavily wooded area, far from any towns or villages. They all helped each other to survive, no matter the color of skin. I mean, they had to. It took time, but they persevered under harsh and difficult conditions. They cleared land, planted crops, raised livestock. But most importantly, they provided the education to their children that they couldn't have when they were enslaved.
And yet they left it all behind. Why?
Well, they had to. They were all squatters on government land, waiting for the day that they can buy it up. Ironically, the improvements they made over the years allowed land agents to raise the price to well beyond their reach. They were all taken advantage of. Stakes were moved, payment terms were misrepresented, authority abused.
They were at a crossroads. The rich got richer, and those who couldn't afford to pay had no alternative but to leave.
Some black settlers were able to buy up their land, but for most, yes, they had no choice but to move on. Some went back to America, others to other black communities, while some settled in various places like Wellesley, Owen Sound, Hamilton, Berlin,
and Conestoga.
The Walkers settled here. Benton eventually took over his father's blacksmith shop, while Lucretia, well, she moved to Berlin, got married, found work in a factory. It hasn't been an easy life for any of them, but they're free from the life that their parents once lived.
Is your family from Queensbush?
No. They emigrated from Jamaica.
And you went to school right here in Berlin?
I did. Went on to study law at Osgoode Hall in Toronto.
Why law?
I was inspired by Robert Sutherland. You know, he was from Jamaica too. First black lawyer in Canada. He even practiced here in Berlin before moving on to Walkerton. He helped many people in Queensbush with their land claims.
Didn't he leave his entire estate to Queen's University?
He did. Enough to save him from bankruptcy and support it for an entire year.
Most admirable. Time to go.
Well, you are most adept at picking locks, detective.
I'll try not to tell my niece. I'll never hear the end of it.
What exactly are we looking for?
Anything that connects Benton's work with Vogelstein. This could be it.
Oddly enough, no company name, or dates, or anything of that matter.
Most unusual.
And suspicious, I'd say.
Agreed. Let's take it to that train engineer friend of yours. He can tell us what we're looking at.
Nigel, what have you done? Sir, are you all right? Can you hear me?
Is he all right? He was going to harm you.
There's no way he would harm me.
What on earth are you saying? Have you lost your mind?
Just relax. You've been hit. Do you know who you are?
Yes, I do.
Do you know who he is? Oh, this is preposterous.
I know that he's been following me since I left the Berlin train platform for Vancouver.
You knew?
I'm fairly certain my uncle hired you to help keep me safe. You're a detective out of Hamilton, likely. My uncle has contacts out there I've never met.
I wanted to warn you about that Parsons woman. She won't be happy you took her bag.
What's in the bag?
Rather large revolver.
Can I help you with something, Mr. Albert?
Smitty. His name is Smitty.
Hush, child. I much prefer Mr. Albert.
Please, Miss Parsons, may I call you Estelle?
You can call me Victoria.
No, you may not. Now, what do you want?
I want your bag so I can have a look inside.
Absolutely not. You have a nerve even asking such a thing.
Or you can show me the inside if you'd prefer. One way or the other, I will see inside that bag.
I don't like your tone. Now leave before I complain to the conductor.
I recommend you oblige me or suffer the consequences. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Or this dear, sweet child.
How dare you?
What? You're gonna throw that at me when I have this?
So this is indeed a design for an automatic oiler for locomotives.
So we've been told, and I'm not one to doubt my friend's assessment.
I am surprised, though, that he claims that this is the real McCoy.
How can that be? I mean, Benton is certainly talented enough to build almost anything, but only if he's given the designs to follow.
Vogelstein claimed that Benton was stealing his design. But this is the real McCoy.
Lucretia did say that Benton was onto something big. Oh, what have you gotten yourself into?
Dickson. Oh yes, I know where that is, but who is this? And how do I know that whoever it was, they hung up?
Well, what did they want?
Me. And this. Tonight, at, of all places, the Nithvale Bridge.
Well, you can't go alone.
I wasn't given a choice.
Looking for this? I do know how to use it, so I wouldn't move if I was you. Here. Sorry, I didn't realize you were a Pinkerton agent.
I'm undercover as a governess this time around. You're not supposed to know who I am.
I thought you might have a locomotive oiler in your bag. It seems our Mr. Albert thought the same.
I thought you were a nice man.
He's not who he seems to be, Victoria. I picked up on that right away.
I did too, and asked as much in a telegram to my uncle. I won't know more until Port Arthur, but I suspect Smitty is not the newspaper reporter he claims to be.
Everything go according to plan?
It did. And you?
I took care of it. We'll be in Port Arthur soon. As for you, I have a little something to keep you out of trouble.
Guten Abend, Herr Dickson.
You're late.
You expected me.
It wasn't you on the telephone, but I'd have to be an idiot not to suspect that you're behind it.
You are no Dummkopf. That is why you're here, to settle this once and for all.
I see you brought some company.
One cannot be too careful. Who knows what could happen to you?
Is that a threat?
You should have stayed out of my business.
And what, pray tell, makes you think that I'm in it?
The schematic. It's mine. Hand it over. Schnell!
It's yours, huh? But I have it on good authority that it's a replica of an Elijah McCoy oiler that you had Benton Walker make for you, and then planted at the scene of that railway disaster between Kenmay and Brandon.
You are far too clever for your own good.
So you admit to all this?
Why not? You won't be alive to tell anyone.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your men have been otherwise engaged and are, I'm sure, talking to the police as we speak. Allow me to introduce Elijah McCoy's nephew and legal advisor, Mr. Josiah McCoy.
Helmut Vogelstein. With this local constable as our witness, I thank you for admitting to crimes as long as your arm. You're officially under arrest.
There you are. Mr. Stout is looking for you. He wants to meet him at the baggage car. Something about evidence that's hidden inside.
Evidence? What evidence?
I have no idea. I'll find him and tell him to meet you there.
I'm on my way now. Never mind what you're doing. Stout's on his way to search the baggage car for the oiler we hid. We got to get it out of there before he shows up.
Too late. I already have it. And now I have you. The baggage man has already confessed.
This is ridiculous. He's obviously lying to save himself.
Well, by your own words. we need to get it out of there directly implicates you in the crime. There's nothing ridiculous about that.
You have no witness I said anything of the sort.
Oh, well, that's where you're sadly mistaken. Look behind you. Allow me to introduce Private Investigator Dmitrius Shevchenko, one of Hamilton's finest.
Don't give me a reason to use this.
And what about me?
This is Estelle Parsons, a highly regarded and well-respected detective from the Pinkerton Agency. I wouldn't, if I was you. They're both crack shots. Haven't missed from what I've heard. Your suitcase was the only one removed and then returned before the train left Brandon.
When I lifted your carpet bag to hand it to you, it was heavier than I expected. And when you grabbed it from me, I was suspicious of how protective you were of it. Of course, I later learned your revolver was inside. But why didn't you have it with you from the start?
I've never had a governess who's a Pinkerton.
And then you retrieved it from your suitcase after meeting Smitty.
And retrieved your revolver.
People rarely do.
My uncle says I could charm the socks off a billy goat, whatever that means.
How did you do that? Was it magic?
Not magic. I saw an identical bag on the baggage car in Winnipeg and Nigel got it for me. Added a rock so it weighed about the same, and I since returned that bag. I received a telegram from my uncle in Port Arthur. He told me that a Berlin manufacturer by the name of Helmut Vogelstein wanted the real McCoy Oilers to be discredited so he could cash in on his own Oiler design.
We'll be turning them over to the authorities once we reach Toronto.
Smitty was not Stanley Albert. He was actually a fixer for Vogelstein. If a problem needed to go away, he took care of it.
And Cedric Mason was in on it from the start. He was contacted by Smitty on behalf of Vogelstein to cast doubt on the real McCoy Oilers. A great deal of money exchanged hands before the investigation in the winter. It was Mason who had the Oilers removed and later made sure that they disappeared.
Precisely. But one was missing in the snow after being dislodged in the accident. Vogelstein saw this as an opportunity to plant a replica real McCoy that he had purposely made with custom flaws. He paid Mason to make the switch and sent Smitty to ensure that he did.
William Cornelius Van Horn hired me to assist Mason, and that put a wrench in things. It was Smitty who made the switch prior to our arrival, and he told Mason where to find it.
Mason paid the baggage man to remove it from Nigel's case and hide it in the car. He threatened to have the man's job if he ever spoke of it.
I plan to take it to Van Horn in Montreal and collect my fee.
But what of Elijah McCoy? Shouldn't he have it to help clear his name and save his Oilers?
Details, details, details. I'm sure Van Horn will vouch for the real McCoy once he's cleared up any concerns about the train incident.
If you say so, my uncle won't be pleased about this.
Detective Dickson will just have to wait his turn. The way of the world, Izzy, which in this case favors Van Horn and the Canadian Pacific Railway.
And your bank account.
That too.
But what about my bank account?
I reckon your father could give Van Horn a run for his money. Did you miss me, Uncle?
In some respects, yes.
And in others?
The jury's still out on that. You did get involved in that whole railroad incident when I specifically told you to mind your own business.
I didn't go looking for it. It sort of came looking for me.
Yes, you do have a knack for attracting mayhem.
But in this case, it helped you solve the real McCoy train disaster.
Stout coined that phrase, didn't he?
He does have the flair for the dramatic.
Mm-hmm. He also still has the oiler, which Josiah needs to prove his uncle's innocence.
About that.
Stout changed his mind?
Not exactly. He thinks he has it.
So I should expect a call from him soon?
If not sooner.
Well, serves him right for thinking only of himself.
He can't help it. It's part of his pedigree.
Indeed it is, Isabel. Indeed it is. Well, come on, let's head for my carriage.
I purchased a few items while in Vancouver. That nice man says he'll help you load it into the carriage. He's a detective, too. Can you imagine that? What are the odds?